Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Yield Today with Dallin Candland. Honestly, I've been struggling a lot. This semester has been crazy, and I've had internet problems. I've had all kinds of problems, and my schedule was really poor. My ability to make time for myself was not good. It felt like whenever I made time for myself, it was always just so I could work more on the podcast or something else. I put out like 24 episodes of the podcast this semester, which is really solid. It was like 2 every week. And then we had, I think, 6 or 7 interviews in there. So it was really good. But I didn't really reward myself very much. And I'm really not disappointed in myself. I'm more fascinated. Like, I got so deep in the process. And I just was like, I'm just going to go all in. And I said, I'm not going to play any video games until I finish my book. And I've said it multiple times on the podcast. It's getting old at this point. And guess what happened? I worked on my book, but there was not enough motivation each week to work on it consistently. I always had school to do. And that's the problem. That's the thing with social media, side hustling. You need to make consistent time for it if you want it to be able to grow on the side. Yeah, so that's something that's been on my mind. And I really want to do really good next semester. I had a couple focuses for this semester. I might have even made a podcast episode about it. But lo and behold, it was not focused enough. It was not zeroed in enough. And I lost control. I lost focus. Maybe started caring too much about LinkedIn or something. And I'm ending the semester with hitting a lot of goals that I didn't really shoot for. And it's really humbling. So this month, from April 8th to May 8th, 2021, I'm just going to be focusing on self-care. I'm not getting on social media at all. I'm still making podcast episodes, though, because as I learn and as I focus more on my self-care, I feel like I'm digging up insights that are important to share with you all. And the podcast is also really close to 100 downloads. And I also just want to try and focus on myself and see where we can go, put the video games back into the loop and just kind of live life. I honestly was so exhausted at the end of the semester and felt like I didn't really get a break ever. Like my brain was always moving and never took a break even though I slept, which is super crazy and fascinating. I'm sure there's a lot of studies we could dig into, but I worked so hard this semester and my grades have never been so bad. So yeah, I'm just getting ahead of the game right now, recording some podcast episodes, but I wanted to let you guys know how I'm really doing. I'm a little stressed about everything. And so we're just going to focus and kind of bring it back to simplicity. And I know I've talked about this, but I wanted to just let you guys know how I'm doing. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. And we're going to help the podcast grow. I'm not going to get in the way of the podcast growth. I feel like I have done that a little bit, but I'm going to work on my self-care this next month. You guys are going to get some more episodes still, and we'll see what happens. So that's how things have been for me. I hope things are going all right for you guys. Thank you so much for listening and for listening to this little episode. I hope that it might have given you some perspective on your own life and helping you to have more self-care and help for yourself. That's always the hope. So yeah, as always, you can always reach out to me at Yield Today with Dallin Candland. As always, you can reach out to me at Yield Today with Dallin Podcast on Instagram, and I'm happy to help you out there. But yeah, thank you so much for listening, and don't forget to yield today, and it will be a better tomorrow.